The story did not end. The story has not ended. It was always going to come down to the Coutinho moment, and we have reached the Coutinho moment. But this is not deja vu for Liverpool. It's the Coutinho moment for Newcastle. Newcastle are not skin, but they need the money. They need the money. But look at their dilemma. We go and risk and put our prized asset at risk. He's upset. He's pissed off. He's got. He's been called Alexander Isak at the moment. But we don't even know what's wrong with him. Whether it's his groin, his thigh, his head. We know what? His head's definitely somewhere else at the moment. He's maybe training alone, but he's thinking about training with Florian Wirtz. He's thinking about rubbing shoulders with Van Dijk in training and not in the pitch. But here we are. It seems like, it feels like, and it is a big, massive moment, a monumental moment in the transfer window. If you think Liverpool's window could not get better, then think twice, because it is on the verge of getting much better. And Liverpool are on the verge of, you'd think, for breaking the internet. If Florian Wirtz broke the internet, just imagine what Alexander Isak is going to do. But it's a big welcome to you guys. There's nearly 500 people in the building. I wanted to say thank you and just give a few moments to you guys today. I promised you a small peek. You didn't get a small peek. Let's be honest. You got a big, massive peek. I was thinking about cropping the picture and giving you a little clue. I thought, you know what? Nah, I'm not. You get plenty of cryptic tweets from me on a daily basis, but this has to be a full-on message, a serious week, because we cannot genuinely, honestly, and I'm speaking from the bottom of my heart here, and I speak for every single person on this channel and all the contributors. We could not thank you enough. Honestly, we could not. And the love and the support that you guys have shown. Ash was in the chat earlier on during the Ben Jacobs show, and I saved that chat really till the last moment, and he said something very important, and it touched me, if I'm really honest. He said, I can remember the day that there's only 50 people watching, and although, you know, it's not, honestly, I'm not gonna lie and sit here and lie and say it's a lot better when 2,500 people are watching you than 50 people. No, don't get me wrong, but we never did it for, you know, how many people are watching. We never did it for money. We did it for the love of the game and the love of our club. And I repeat, I speak for every single person on this channel and all the contributors who you've seen come on in the last 2-3 years. And we're only small. Honestly, we're not supposed to be moving into a studio, but we've got some really good people behind us. But we've taken a risk as well. I'll be honest with you. We've taken a risk because it's a big investment on our side. But we know when we've got the BNR community, we know when we've got the BNR family behind us, then we don't need to fear, because I know you guys are going to support us. And I just want to again reiterate the fact that you guys have shown us nothing but love. And before I start crying, I should go on, go and say hello to my panel. But smash a like, subscribe to the channel. You've seen now what's coming, the watch-alongs, the tactical shows, the fan cams, all this sort of stuff. That back wall, we've deliberately taken a bit out so people can join us during the watch-along. So thank you so much. Keep on liking, keep on subscribing. And if you're feeling generous, then head over to the BNR Ultra, become a member. It's $4.99 a month. And stay tuned for all the exclusive content coming your way. It's a big, massive thank you again. And it is just the beginning. That's all I can say, because there is so much more coming. But it's a massive milestone for the channel, and it's a massive moment for us. I've said everything I've said. Gene, do you want to say anything else?
I think you spent probably 4 minutes explaining all of that. But honestly, look, all I can say is thank you very much, man. From myself, I think, you know, it's been a bit of a wrong road. We hit 15k subscribers today as well, on the same day that we released the news. And you know what an unbelievable day it's been from a Liverpool's perspective. We received the Isak news. It's just been one of them days that we won't ever forget. And yeah, look, from our side, we're trying to give you as much content as we can. Watch-alongs, I think everybody's been crying out for us to do watch-alongs. Unfortunately, me and Asim, because we go to the games, it's always been really difficult to do it. But we've had to make a decision, and we said, okay, it's time to time to do these watch-alongs, time to grow the channel and move forward. So the watch-alongs will be coming at the start of the season, because that's what you guys have been asking for all along, and we're trying to give you everything back. And I want to give a special mention and a special thank you. Blue Chips in the building. That's if it is him. Yeah, because I know
It is him. It is him.
but I want to give a massive shout out to Blue Chip Avi, man, because this guy's been with us from
100%.
day one. And from when he's the one who pushed us, he's the one that grabbed us by the ear and said, "Get it going, come on, you guys can do it." And when we needed a kick up the backside, it was him. And even all the content creators, Sadib, I know he decided to move on to other things, but big up to him, massive thank you to him and everybody else that's been part of this BNR community. A big thank you to all of you guys. And look, we're going to try and do our best. Just stay with us. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel whenever we're on. Show your support, and that's all we can ask for.
Yeah, well said. Okay, all the formalities and the niceties are out the way. Jake, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
What's going on, brother? I'm feeling good, man. I'm about as good as I can be. It's good that you brought up Ash, because I want to bring up Ash because it wasn't very long ago. What are we sitting here? July 24th. It wasn't very long ago where Ash was telling me there's 0% chance we sign Alexander Isak. 0% chance is what he was telling me. So Ash, you're in the building. Big up to you, my brother. I don't know if you still think it's 0% chance or not, but I think it's looking pretty good.
Okay,
so
it's
I
looking
say
pretty
big up
good.
to Ash.
Will big up to Ash. Ben, what's going on? I rang you during the day, and you sounded a bit ill, but you sounded over the moon as well, Ben, at the same time.
Yeah, I'm holding back the cough and the cold still at the moment, but it's making me feel a lot better with the news that's coming through. But can I just say as well, and what you two guys said at the beginning there about the channel and stuff, like, can I just sort of echo that from somebody who's only really been involved for like a month, and it feels like I've been involved for about 10 months, 10 years already, because so much has happened. Obviously, in this last month, the news has been unreal. But take away all the news and all the transfers and all the excitement from the fan base, the community, that being our ultra group, is like, you can, it really is genuinely a superb group, brilliant community, a brilliant set of people and stuff. And I've never felt so close to a community in such a short space of time. And I'm not getting paid or getting encouraged to say anything like that. I'm just saying it because that's how I feel, and it's brilliant to be a part of that. And if you want to be a part of this, then you'd be more than welcome. So it's superb. But this is definitely a channel to be a part of. But anyway, Isak, wow. I think it's just it's all just going to fall into place. I really do. I think as soon as that EasyJet flight, that manifesto got dropped this morning, I think we all thought, oh my words, this is serious. And then it's backed up with an announcement that he doesn't want to be at the team. And I just think I've just trying to go through things in my head all day about how this could and should and would and I'd like to play out. But the reality is that it's just, I think there's been conversations behind closed doors over the last few weeks between, our people, Isak's team, and even Newcastle, to be honest. And I think there's no way that they would have allowed Newcastle and Isak's team to put his reputation on the line by saying, right, okay, you go out there and effectively break your relationship with the Newcastle fans, only for us to not follow through on our perspective and go and get the deal done. Because that, from a football and from the optics to the football world, it wouldn't look good on our team at all. So I think now there's the only solution here is that once we've dropped that first bid, we'll come to a conclusion, and now it's just a case of letting Newcastle get a few of their deals across the line. And and Alexander Isak is going to be a Liverpool player.
Wow. Aki, nearly choked on myself when I heard that. Aki,
don't lie.
Just that top, you know what? It gives me vibes.
Quadruple vibes.
That as well, but it also gives me Mohamed Salah, Old Trafford vibes.
Oh, the famous 5-0, Wow, beautiful hat-trick. That little through ball with the outside foot from Henderson, and Salah dinked it around the gate. I remember that very well. I'm sure their fans left at half time, didn't they? Some very loyal fans, weren't they? Left at half time. They left in the droves. They all just left. But yeah, Asim, honestly, it's just been a bonkers day today. Honestly, I was saying the other day when I was on, it's gonna go on for a while. Oh, he was one of them that left.
You're a Man United fan.
He left.
Danny's left the chat as well. Don't leave the chat. It's all right.
But I was gonna say, sorry, it's been one of them days. It's been bonkers. I know the other day I was saying along the lines of it might be one of them where we get a news here or there regarding Isak and we get our hopes up and then we wait again. But I feel like now I'm ready to hold my hands up and say it's gonna move quickly. And it's going to move very quickly. Now say we're getting ready for the ride. We're on the Pepsi Max now. And we've hit the top. And we're ready to go down now. So, are we
at the top?
We're right at the top now. And we're ready for the climax of me screaming like a headless chicken when we go flying down. But it's been amazing. And honestly, I just want to say another thing. Congratulations to all you guys, man, hitting 15,000 subscribers. And I've seen how hard you guys work and all the effort you put in. Honestly, you deserve it.
Aki, I'm going to stop you there.
Why?
And I'm sorry. And Ben said something similar as well to me on the phone. And he said, you guys, I stopped him.
As in the chat as well. We'll give them credit as well.
It's we.
Oh, no. Asim, I've been on for like a couple of times. I'm not taking no credit for
that. There's no longevity in this. We're all part
of it. Make a dark man blush. Calm down.
There's been an extra 3,275 subscribers since I joined the channel, so I'm taking over.
Ben will take the credit. I'm a bit like Erling Haaland. Stay humble, stay humble. I'll have to remain grounded for now.
Stay humble.
Jake?
Yeah, congratulations, Asim. Honestly, well done, lads. It's good. And I'm really excited to see your new venture. And I'm sure it'll be a success, inshallah. You guys are amazing, man. Even people like Jake who come on, and obviously Avi's a big part of the channel, 100%. Ben now as well. And even other lads you've had on in regards to help you now and then, like Waxy, who's working behind the scenes. Look, 100%. They're all doing a brilliant job. People like Bilal who help in the WhatsApp groups. It's a fantastic job all you guys have done. And, now we're getting all these crazy, exciting times with Isak possibly coming through the door. Jake was riding the train when no one was on it. Yeah. And now we're all jumping on as passengers. He was the first one on the train. I said I had a dream, but that was like a month after Jake was the first one to say, you know what, Isak's coming. No one believed him.
Jake, must be a health and safety hazard now because the amount of people that are on that train now must be dangerous.
Listen, honestly,
talk to me. What are your feelings today? You must be surprised.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm surprised that it transformed this quickly. We just spoke last night, and I told you that this is gonna be a drawn-out saga. I'm not gonna say that I was right, but what I did say was, if he doesn't get on the plane, which he didn't end up getting on the plane, that this case was over. And that's how I feel about it right now. I think this case is over. I think it's obviously gonna unravel much faster than I anticipated. Because I said yesterday he was gonna get on the plane, and it was gonna be a long, drawn-out process. That's what I anticipated. But I never wavered from my opinion of him joining Liverpool Football Club by the end of the transfer window. But this isn't about me being right. I don't give a shit about being right, to be honest with you. This is about Liverpool Football Club, in my opinion, signing the best striker in world football. You said it perfectly the other day, Asim. He's not the best goal scorer in world football, but he's the best striker in world football. And this is about this club bringing in the best number 9 in the world and elevating this team to, in my opinion, the best team in all of Europe. PSG is a fantastic outfit, and obviously we're going to have to prove ourselves on the pitch. I think we're a better outfit than PSG once Isak signs for Liverpool Football Club. That's what this signing is about for me. I said it many, many times. Isak is not technically worth 150 million pounds. I don't know what we're going to end up paying for him. He's not worth that amount of money. But what Isak is worth to me, in my opinion, for this football club is upwards to 200 million pounds. I would pay 200 million for him. I tell you right now, I wouldn't blink an eye. 200 million, I pay the price. The reason why is because the state of our football team right now. You bring Isak to this team, as I mentioned, we're the best team in Europe. That in itself is worth an additional 50, 60 million pounds, no questions asked. So this is about the whole picture for me. What it is for the fan base, we deserve all of this. 400 million spent over the course of one summer, we deserve that. Having the best team in Europe, we deserve that. one thing that I want to throw in there before I forget, I don't want this to be about me, to be about right. I've been on this Isak train for 8 months now. 8 months. When nobody else was on it, you guys were telling me Champions League. You guys were telling me they don't have PSR issues. They can keep him. He's not the type of guy that's going to kick up a fuss. I don't know why, but I believed he was going to join us. With that said, where I'm going with this is with Isak part of our team, it's going to open up so many different dimensions. And I talked about it yesterday. I did a little bit of research. I still think, and I don't want to turn this into a tactical show, but I still think you're going to see Ekitike starting alongside with Isak moving forward. And the one person that I want to big up, and Ben talked about this yesterday, and I think Jamie also touched on it. You guys were talking a little bit about why this summer things have changed. And one thing that wasn't mentioned, and in my opinion, it's the biggest reason for all of this, is Arne Slot. He is the anchor to why we're getting every single piece to the puzzle that we want this summer, whereas in years past, we have failed. Once Arne Slot gets on the phone with somebody, the deal is closed. Signed, sealed, and delivered. It's your line, Asim. It's only Liverpool. It was always only Liverpool. And that's because of the manager.
Wow. Ben?
But just to caveat that, there's only one person he couldn't convince, and that was Zubimendi. He couldn't get him out of the mountains. But now Zubimendi can rot on the side, rot at Arsenal for all I care. But
that was last summer. This summer, he's convinced everybody.
Yeah, of course. They've seen how good he is, and now they've changed their tone, haven't they?
100%. But I see what Jake is saying, Gene. But, you know, it's that noise when someone comes on backstage. Let him sort himself out. Gene, it always helps when you got the money.
And it 100%, Asim. And, you know, Jake mentions Arne Slot, unbelievable, what he's done since he's been at this football club. But even today, we had Billy Hogan, Asim. And his quote, when he said it, he goes, "This is one of the biggest clubs in the world. We want to make sure we are behaving like one." Honestly, really? Asim, when I read that, it just, it chest out, mate. I had my chest out when I read that, thinking, you know what?
Were you walking around your room like that?
Come on, mate, bring it on. This is what we've been craving for. We're one of the biggest clubs in the world that were bringing in all this revenue, and yet still, at times in the past, we left. Everybody felt as though one short. Why? One short. We won the title. We didn't go all out. But boy, are we showing some sort of, chest out, saying, bring it on. And this is exactly what we had to do. And you have to give the ownership, the people in the background, Hogan, Edwards, Hughes, the ownership, massive credit, man. Massive credit. Because they've just gone and said, you know what? It's time to blitz. And they've gone on a mission. A year, they said, you know what? We're going to wait a year, but everybody's going to know about it. That when we land, the world's going to know about it. And boy, have they landed. And they've landed in every single area. And, honestly, today, of everything that's happened, when I read that was probably one of the biggest things that I read. And I thought, you know what? I love my football club because this is what I've been waiting for. Act like a big football club, because that's what we are. And people are mentioning, rants and bans of what he said. Put that bene out. Now, come to me now, mate. Because this is what we're all about. This is what this
been after him for months.
I've been after him for months, I think, because he tried to belittle our football club. And I don't like people trying to belittle our football club. You fucking sat in 16th, talk about the teams around you. We're going for this Liverpool team are one of the best. Liverpool is arguably the best team in the world. And next season, we are going to prove to everybody why we are the best team in the world. Because we were unlucky in the Champions League. We lost on penalties to the team that won it. Yeah. And we had quite this season, there is so much improvement happening with this team. And honestly, I can't wait for the season to start. And especially when Isak signs that contract, is wearing that number 9 of Liverpool. Bring it on, mate.
Bring it on, then.
Wow. Yeah, no, I can't sort of echo those thoughts anymore, to be honest. I feel like in reality, there's probably been a little bit of a watershed moment over the last 18 months, 2 years, where the Avengers, as we've started to call them, in Edwards and Hughes, and then his new team, so Ward's come back as well, and a couple of other guys that they've brought in. They brought about 5 or 6 backroom in last year, and as we all know, nothing happened. And they've been planning and thinking about this strategy for the last however many months and stuff. And I think they've probably just come to the strategical sort of conclusion that the new Champions League format generates you over £100 million a year. So there's absolutely no way that you cannot be in it every year. So in order to make sure that you are definitely going to finish top 5, then the target should be to be top 1. And if you don't finish top 1, then you'll be at least in the top 5 in a roundabout sort of way. And I feel as though they've looked at the situation, and I think the writing was on the wall with Salah and Van Dijk. If we're saying Salah and Van Dijk, I've got 2 years max left, and they are unicorn footballers who, let's all be honest about it, we're never going to replace. We're never, ever going to replace them. Van Dijk and Salah, we're just never going to get a right winger who's going to do what Salah's done, and we're never going to get a centre-back who is probably can do absolutely everything and possibly the best centre-back in the Premier League history. So if we're on countdown with those 2 world-class players, it would be absolutely stupid to spend £750,000 a week on their salaries for us to just go through the motions and be a Champions League team. Why not capitalize on it and try and become the real genuine superpower that we all hope and dream that we're capable of being? And we are capable of being that superpower because we've shown it this summer. And it's amazing what happens when you actually act like a big club. Then all of a sudden, your first targets come off. Like the common denominator this summer is these players have signed for us before we've even shook hands with them. They've been telling the media that they're coming to them. We're not having to go to them with a bowl saying, please come and sign for Liverpool. We're a massive club. They're like, where do I sign? Where do I sign? And
they've literally been working for us.
Yeah, it's absolutely, and it's like you get 1 over the line and you get 2 over the line, and all of a sudden, you're like, we are now the destination club to be at. All the fan base has always been there. All the support has always been there. The pull, the reach, the power of the fan base is right across the world. The economic growth is there. It's just about going and doing it in the transfer market. And the transfer market is the one area that we've not shown that we're the real deal. And now we are. And the rest of the Premier League, like we're literally we've just bullied Newcastle in the space of 10 days. And I Newcastle are a great club. They've got great fans, and I'm not being patronising when I say that. But we are a bigger club than them, and we've just put them back in their place and said that's the way it is. And maybe Real Madrid have done that to us in the past, and that's just the way the food chain works. But the reality is, we're acting like the biggest club in this country, and that's where we want to stay over the next few years.
Avi, what's happening, brother? You were all warned. You were all warned.
guys, 15,000. It's a monumental day, not just for the club or Isak stuff, but for the channel. I'm proud to be a small component. Asim and Cheen deserve the credit. Brothers for life. I'm very quiet because I'm with a very important man. I'm with a very important man in Boston. We're trying to clear out these crypto wallets. We're trying to clear out these crypto wallets to make sure we can fund the Isak deal. My owner, John Henry, my owner, my American owner, my brother, my uncle. Listen, Gina, you won't tell me off today. But listen,
I won't tell you off today.
John Henry tonight with Linda, Mariashi. All right, I'm gonna go. Bye.
We know who stole John Henry's wallet now. It's Arne.
Oh my word!
Honestly. Oh, it's gone. He's gone. What a cameo. What a cameo. He must have been on the bog. Let's just go through some super chats, guys. And we've had some new members come through. Luke Starkey, thank you so much for becoming a new member. Just message me on Twitter and I'll get you added onto the exclusive BNR WhatsApp group. Rabadam has become a YouTube member as well. BNR Ultra, sorry. And same again for you, mate. I think these might have come in from the previous show. So if you're watching now, if you aren't watching, just get in touch with me on Twitter and I'll sort the link out. Ganto with the super chat. I think we are forgetting the Slot loves making changes at halftime. We are building a team to give Slot so many tactical options to win. Big up BNR. Ganto, thank you so much. You were in the chat yesterday as well. And thank you so much for sending that through. Total Eclipse. Assalamu alaikum, lads. I'm addicted to this channel. Wow. And I only come across it 2 weeks ago. See what, Ben? This is what happens when you come in 2 weeks. You got people addicted now. Love the content and big up to you, lads. Thank you so much, Total Eclipse, for all the love and support and the nice message as well. Umar Farouk, when do you think we will complete Isak? We'll come back to that. Umar, thank you so much for sending that through. That's not a super chat. Chris. Sorry?
Oh, no, sorry. I was going to say Sarib sent one as well.
Oh, okay. Hopefully that starred. Chris Fernando, Jake just looks like so vindicated. Isak feelings, 100%. The conductor is vindicated.
You've got no tickets. He's going to kick us out.
I think we're on the train, hiding so you don't come and check our ticket. Ash, big up Ash. Jake was riding around on the train last December in the cold. Top man, Jake. I believed you. Just didn't believe FSG. Mr. Henry has proved us wrong. Usman Da has become a BNR Ultra. Thank you so much, Usman. Send me a message on Twitter and I'll send you the link. But welcome to the BNR.
Is he any relation to Dana?
I don't think so. I've just checked his profile picture out. I don't think he is. And Danny's brother is a Man United fan. He ain't becoming a BNR Ultra. That was Avi Sarib. Announced Sarib Isak Nunes story. Announced Sarib Isak Nunes story. What does that mean?
Is he saying that he had a story about Isak and Nunes that you need to share with us?
Sarib Isak Nunes story. I don't know. I don't know. He's probably teasing me. He's probably teasing me about me saying, let's stick with Nunes and we don't need Isak. Correct. If it is,
he's not.
I don't give a shit. We've got the best striker in the world. So you can troll me as much as you want. It's all love today. Thank you very much, Sarib, for sending that through. And I've got your missed call. I'll call you after the show. Mookie, let's win it all white while Diogo watching was from above. That's very nice of Mookie. Thank you so much for sending that through. Have I missed anything? No, I haven't. Let's go to the ins and outs then, Jake. Where are we at the moment? He's put in a transfer request, Liverpool. And I asked the same question to Ben Jacobs. And if you haven't watched that show, go check it out from 6 o'clock in the evening. I asked, look, do you think him kicking up a fuss before that, he has got some assurances from Liverpool that I'm about to do this. I'm about to become the bad guy. Surely Liverpool have given him some assurances on the nod, saying, you know what? You do what you need to do. We will be there when they are ready to talk to us.
You want to know where we are, really where we are, or where we are from a technicality standpoint? Because it's two different things. Where we are really is this deal is done. It's over.
Oi! End of stream. We're going home.
I told you yesterday, if he doesn't board the plane, this deal is over. And that's where we are today. Does that mean it's signed, sealed, and delivered with the ink on the paper? No, we're not there yet. What Ben Jacobs told you on your show earlier today was spot on. And I didn't know this, but he said it. There's two possibilities. Give me 1 second.
Whilst you look for that, I missed two super chats and they came in.
You missed Bear.
Luke. Did I miss Bear? Okay, 2 seconds. Here they are. Alex Salary, he goes, ho gaya, Alexander, role bag.
Big up, Alex, man. Big up.
He's become a proper Punjabi speaker, man. He's not.
Become international words now.
What does that mean for us?
Ho gaya is done.
Ho gaya means done.
Done.
Yeah.
Okay.
And role pege means madness incoming.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. That's good.
Alex, the funny bugger. When you saw the Twitter picture about the sneak peek and we showed the studio, he goes, "All my super chats have contributed to that." Big up Alex. He's always supporting. And he goes, "Buy a nice table lamp for the studio with this." A lamp will probably cost about £299, Alex.
if you're feeling that generous.
I think we won't even buy a lamp from TK Maxx for that. for 299. I'm only joking aside, Alex. Always wishing us good things and showing you love and support every single show, mate. Thank you so much. Adam, BNR Ultra, he says congratulations on the 15k, 20k soon, inshallah. And Luke, I missed this one as well. We used to pray for windows like this. Big up, BNR. Thank you so much, Luke. Believe you me, Arthur was our panic signing on the last day, wasn't he? A few years ago, and now Wirtz and Isak. Honestly, you have to pinch yourself every single minute.
What about the dark days of Konchesky and Paulson?
Oh my God. We used to pray for windows like this. I've read that out. Promo, thank you so much, mate. Isak feelings, Asim. They in overdrive now, promo. Overdrive. Or was you in the moment? No, I wasn't. I rang Chin though. I rang Chin. I go, Chin, I am going for it. He goes, if you're not going to go for it now, when the hell are you going to go for it? Go for it. Sarib, at least write a message, isn't it? Come on. I know you've been doing extra overtime at JD's, but at least but write a message. Write a message. Faraz, I'd rather get him. I hope you found that tweet, Jake. Faraz, Madrid shoehorned Mbappe in ST and lost the balance. Ekitike is not playing left wing and he isn't coming to the bench for 3-4 years, especially in a World Cup year. Interesting. Lethan, big up Lethan, and he's a BNR Ultra as well and always sending really nice messages in the thread. Congratulations on the 15k, lads. Joined up below 5k under the slot effect. Oh, yes, he was. Can't wait for the watch parties. Isak and Hugo, the new bad boys, the 442 boys. KK66 didn't join the Galacticos. He left them. Oh, Andy. Wow. You know what? I might nick that for tomorrow's tweet.
I saw that. You know, it was brilliant.
I love that. Jake, have you found Ben's tweet?
I think there's a bomba you might want to check out.
Really?
I think so. Fab, pull it up.
Fab Bomber.
I'm not sure that's what they're saying.
Fab Bomber. Shall I text him? Oh, sorry. Carry on.
What's he saying?
Fab Bomber. Someone put it up.
Just saying that they're going in for Sesko. They're definitely going in for Sesko.
That actually ties into exactly what I want to say perfectly. So, Ben Jacobs was on your show earlier, and he said, ultimately, we're at the point right now where we're down to two possible conclusions to this story. One, he joins Liverpool Football Club. Two, he signs an extension with Newcastle. And I think he's spot on there. With that said, the likelihood of him signing an extension with Newcastle, in my opinion, are slim to none. And the reason for that is he's made it clear to Newcastle that he wants to leave the club. He's put a transfer request in. You don't go to this extent to leave the club if your ultimate goal is to sign an extension. Now, I said the deal is done. I still think the deal is done. Now, the ink isn't wet or dry on the paper, so it can still fall apart. But if you ask me right now what my confidence level is like, it's basically 100% right now. I think this deal 100% will get done. Another point, great point, that ties into this Fab tweet that Ben Jacobs said was, he said, Newcastle cannot afford to sign Benjamin Sesko without selling Alexander Isak. And the fact that we're getting reports, and Jacob said this, he said, if you see Newcastle start making a move for Sesko, you can basically read between the lines, and that's going to let you know that they're going to eventually sell Alexander Isak. And that's where we are right now. They're moving for Sesko, and they're going to eventually sell Alexander Isak. This is a done deal. 100% the deal is done. It's not signed, sealed, and delivered just yet, but for all intents and purposes, this is a done deal. This is a Liverpool player. I said it on the stream yesterday. I'm going to repeat myself. I will be at St. James Park if Alexander Isak is a red, and we're moving in that direction.
Wow.
Jake,
wow.
I'm not doing the watch along that day. I'm telling you right now. You're doing the watch along on that day. I will not be doing the watch along. I will be there.
We're there every year. This year's gonna be no different.
I thought I'd get that in there right now, innit?
You will be there. You'll be going on a separate Saturday for a stadium tour.
One of you is gonna have to pick up Waxy as well and help him move his things.
Somebody's got to help him move his things. He's gonna be homeless soon.
Aki, deal done, Jake says.
I'm with Jake. I've been with Jake for ever since I had that little dream. I've been with Jake since then. He's been optimistic about it, and I personally think we're getting him. Like you said, you don't go for Sheshko if your pockets are already full. So they're not showing their hand, but they know at full whack they're getting that Isak money. Hence why they're going for Sheshko, and they're also going for Wissa. It makes too much sense right now. We don't, like you said, we don't even have to read between the lines. It's kind of obvious what's going on, and it's just going to be a matter of time now. And I can't believe it's moved this quickly. I thought it was going to take a bit longer, but wow, it's just pure madness. This day, I haven't been able to cope with all the bombers we've been getting constantly throughout the day from different journalists. And the murmurings, even from the Newcastle journalists, are that, he's available and we're going to get him. And I'm telling you, get your shirts ready, lads, whether it's number 14 or number 9. Isak's going to be one of ours.
Ooh. Gene, I wanna ask you, and I asked Ben this same question, and I know what you were saying. He said it on previous shows as well, that he wants to remain respectful towards the Diogo Jota situation. But look, I don't want to be disrespectful towards him on a show, but I think Liverpool are thinking about the situation. Yes, they have to be very, very sensitive, but if we let Darwin Núñez leave, if we let Luis Diaz leave, if we let Federico Chiesa leave, we've got 4 attackers. Yeah. And you're telling me Liverpool are going to go with 4 recognized attackers, even with Isak, Ekitike, Gakpo, and Salah. And I know what you're going to tell me. Oh, Wirtz can do bits in the false 9. Wirtz can do bits on the left on paper. Szoboszlai can do bits on the left. Who else is there? Frimpong can go, but 4 forwards, Gene. And let's not forget, Mohamed Salah is going to the AFCON. Can arguably potentially miss 4, 5, 6 weeks, depending on where Egypt reach in the competition. So surely Liverpool, as well planned and smart they've been this summer, they won't do this. We're going with 4 recognized strike attackers.
I agree. Look, Asim, from Ben Jacobs' perspective, look, he's a journalist. He wants to show respect to Liverpool, because obviously they go to the they speak to the people there, so they want to keep it respectful, which is fair. From a Liverpool perspective, from our perspective, we see it slightly differently to how the journalists see it. So from our perspective, Asim, you look at 4. I think we need 1 more, and then you can bring in of 1 more, meaning it can be anybody. As long as it's decent quality, it doesn't have to be Rodrigo. Yes, that's the ultimate dream. Yeah, but somebody like Fofana makes sense. We've heard quite a lot of murmurings regarding Liverpool do like him. They might be in for him, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with him. Obviously, we've got Rio coming through as well, so we don't want to be stifling his development. He's still only 16 years old, so that you've got to understand he's got at least a couple of years, and then. Frimpong can do, bits. Szoboszlai can do bits, but I think 5, and we're good to go. 5 is what we need, and then Wirtz you can add as a 6. Frimpong can do bits. Szoboszlai can do bits, and then if needed, if Rio was would really needed, he could get a game or 2. But I think 5 for us this season is okay. It makes sense, because we haven't really, look, of course we haven't started the season, but last season I think there was times where we didn't really want Darwin Núñez to start, because we know exactly what he was going to offer. Not much. Diogo Jota wasn't really at the best Diogo Jota we saw from the last 4 years. So this is why we always saw Gakpo, Diaz and Salah starting. So we were really playing with 3 and then adding in a Núñez, adding in a Jota. At times, so you got to take, and Chiesa wasn't fit most of the season, and he'll probably go as well. Then you've got Ben Doak, where we'll probably be sold. So I think 5 attackers that will makes sense this summer. I think 6, we're really pushing it now. We're really asking for a lot. If you're saying they're going to go in and buy 2,
we're getting greedy, eh?
Of course you bloody are. 5, 6 attackers than the market today. No chance, man. 5 is enough with Wirtz and Rio and the other things that we put together. But 5, I'm good with.
Thoughts, boys?
Yeah, I'm fine with that as well. Asim, if it means getting Isak and sacrificing getting another forward, surely it's the right choice. You know,
Isak and Fofana, I meant, by the way.
or Isak and Fofana.
That makes it 5 then, doesn't it?
Fofana will only cost about 40-something million water.
Yeah, that's,
He's
yeah.
young. Yeah, I think that's possible as well. Sorry, I didn't realize you mentioned Fofana. But yeah, I think that's it's not impossible. And we also need to get Gay in as well, which will probably cost about 40 to 45 million. I think we might end up spending close to about nearly 500 million this summer, which is bonkers, isn't it?
Where do you think we pivot to once we get just going back, Ben, to the Isak? Obviously, Ben and I've lost my mind. It's my
Jacobs.
hamstring. It's my hamstring. Honestly, I feel like I'm navigated today. I've done my hamstring.
Made a weird mix, aren't you?
I'm in pain. Gene, Jake, I'm talking about Ben. He says it's done, but do you see Newcastle rejecting a few bids from us?
That's me or Chin?
Ben.
Sorry, I just heard about 5 names there, and I wasn't sure
Ben,
who you were referring to.
Do you think Newcastle reject a few bids from us, or do you think Liverpool will come straight in 130, a few add-ons, and he's ours? Could Isak?
No, I don't think we do have a big backwards and forwards, because I just don't think it helps anybody. The one thing that I thought that might make a difference is, again, I've been listening to a lot of Newcastle stuff over the last few days, and their mood music now is they're under this 150 sort of mark, and all of a sudden that seems to be a figure where they're like, well, we'll accept that, we'll deal on that. Whereas it sounds like we're going to go in at 120. So we don't really want to be spending 2 weeks trying to find a difference between 120 and 150 with all the add-ons and stuff. But I thought it was quite interesting. I don't know whether or not this is just me thinking outside the box too much, but the fact that Al Hilal have suddenly come back in for Nunes in the last few hours. I wonder whether there is any sort of correlations between, if PIF are thinking they want to get as much money as they can for Isak, if we suddenly get more for Nunes than what we were anticipating, then we're maybe prepared to put a bit more in for
Is
Isak.
that the money laundering scam, yeah? That they give us an extra 20 for Nunes and we give them 150.
Something like that, yeah. I don't know. I know I'm sort of unofficially condoning money laundering here, but we all know how the world works, sort of thing.
Ben,
so
we need you back on tomorrow, mate. Be careful.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking outside the box whether or not that sort of like softens the blow a little bit. But I think it's in no interest of anybody to let this like wrangle on for any longer than it needs to be. So I think that's why we haven't actually put a formal bid in, because I think at the point at which we do put a formal bid in, we're not going to be wasting weeks and weeks going backwards and forwards. Oh, preparing a bid, writing a bid, filing a bid, putting a bid on the shelf, then putting it back in. It's just like it needs to just get done because the window's ticking.
Aki, do you think?
I was going to say, how long did the Wirtz deal take?
It's funny you should say that, actually, because
65 shows.
You'll know what. Yeah. It was about 17, a week or so. Was it a week? Nearly 2 weeks? Or am I
so
one
of my mates actually has just put in our other chat, said we made our first bid on the 26th of May. The second offer went in on the 2nd of June. And then the here we go is on the 10th of June. And he finally signed on the 20th of June. So
we'll go by the 10th of June. Here we go, because that means more or less it's nearly done, isn't it?
Yeah. So we say like it was nearly a month. And that was a deal that was very much in the balance, because we always thought Bayern was still going to come at the last moment, or maybe City or whatever. I don't think it was definitely us. Whereas this deal feels like, unless PSG do something mental and drop a week.
With Wirtz, it was kind of obvious once they said the player prefers Liverpool, Bayern were out of the race, so was City.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So I feel like a similar story here with Isak as well. They know the players want Liverpool and Liverpool only. I think it might be a similar thing where it takes a bit of maybe a week or two to structure the payments or whatever the fee is, whether it be 125 plus 15 million add-ons, achievable add-ons. It might be something along those lines.
I think it might come down to how long it takes for Newcastle to get adequate replacements, because I'm still totally convinced that Harvey Elliott might be in the conversation as well. I don't think he'd be actually part of the deal, because the way obviously PSR works, it'll be a case of, right, okay, we're paying 160 for Isak and everyone's happy, but then they buy Harvey Elliott offers 2 days later for 40 million or something like that.
Similar to the Kwanzaa and Words thing, wasn't it?
I want to put
two separate deals.
Yeah, I want to put Jake on the spot. When do we go to Japan, Ben? Do you know?
Japan.
Yeah.
Next. We the game's Wednesday, isn't it? So I think we'll go, because it's only a short flight, so we'll probably go Sunday.
Sunday, and the game's on Wednesday, yeah?
Yeah.
And how long are we in Japan for?
We fly home after the game.
Okay. If we were there for 3-4 days, I was going to ask, do you think we see Alexander Isak in Japan? But we're probably pushing it, aren't we, Jake?
That's not Isak feelings. That's Isak dreamland.
I think that's probably pushing it, isn't it?
This is a thought that crept into my mind earlier. And we're probably never going to know the answer to this question, but I specifically want to ask this to you, Asim. If PSR wasn't a thing, and if Newcastle United, let's just say everything remained the same up until this point, except the fact that PSR didn't exist, right, and Newcastle United could offer Alexander Isak today £300,000 a week, do you still think he would be leaving Newcastle for Liverpool, or do you think he would be signing an extension? The reason why I ask is because right now, a lot of Newcastle fans are blaming PSR for the fact that they're losing their prized asset. And there's some truth in that. But my question to you is, if they could afford to pay him $300,000 right now, today, would he still be joining Liverpool Football Club, or would he be signing an extension? What is your opinion?
I think he'd be joining Liverpool Football Club. I think he wins trophies. I really do. You know, if he was 21, 22, Jake, and he signs a new contract, then I can understand it. I'd say, you know what, he'd be tempted. But it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. And I've not watched a lot of Alexander Isak interviews, but whenever you do, you see there's a burning desire to be the best player in the world. And with all due respect, and Gaza is not going to like me, I don't think Alexander Isak can be the best player in the world and get the biggest prizes in the world at Newcastle Football Club, because I don't think they're going to win the league for the next 10, 15, 20 years. And that might change. You know, the Saudi owners might pump a load of money. They might find a few loopholes. But at the moment, they've got the money, but they can't get money into the club. And Liverpool are top. And Liverpool are shopping in a different store at the moment. And when you are the champions, and when you've got the money to back it, then you can go to clubs, really great clubs, great cities like Newcastle, and pick up their prize asset. So just to summarize, and your question is, yes, it would have been a lot harder, but the PSR issues is a factor. But I think ultimately there's a burning desire from this player to win the big prizes. And when you do come and play, and Florian Wirtz was a similar in a similar way, where he played for Leverkusen, and he came during the winter, and he talks about how much of an impression that even the facilities at Liverpool, when they trained at the AXA, made on him, and the professionalism of Liverpool and the facilities. And although Alexander Isak didn't come to the facilities and to train at Liverpool, but when you come up against world beaters in Salah and Van Dijk, and then you see this team improve with it through the likes of Frimpong and Kerkez and Wirtz, and add to that quality, you want to join them. And you're telling me Newcastle players, Man United players, Arsenal players who are sat there on their holiday maybe, or sat there whenever they are, and looking at our parade in the summer, and they don't want to be part of that. 100%. They're human beings after all. And when you're 25, 26, Jake, you have to, and this, I think it was a mutual agreement with Liverpool and Isak that it has to be now or never. That Liverpool, I know the reporters are saying Liverpool will be always interested in him, but you can't take that risk. What if
now or never last week? We tried to tell you it was now or never last week. You didn't want to believe us.
But in terms of Ekitike, it could have been, hypothetically speaking, and I know Liverpool are always going to be interested in the caliber of Alexander Isak. But for argument's sake, Ekitike gets 30 goals, and we pick up a few long-term injuries. It's very, very easy in football for those priorities to move away because it's a different argument, isn't it? It's a different case. It's a different conversation next year where you think you've got your number 9 who's just scored 30 goals. Do we really need another one? Because all of a sudden, Ekitike has become a Alexander Isak. So, look, I think there's a burning desire, and then there was a feeling amongst the club where we love Ekitike, but at the end of the day, there's no guarantees of him scoring goals. With Alexander Isak, there's a massive guarantee of him getting goals.
I just think we've taken advantage of the situation as well, and the fact that obviously money talks, and we all know that, and that's the reality of football. But also we've taken advantage of the gap in at boardroom level at Newcastle as well. And I think Eddie Howe is, is a really great manager, but I think he's been a bit naive, unfortunately, in this situation. And I think realistically what he's done, he's just assumed that Isak, he's got a great relationship with Isak. It's clear to see. And I think he's just had faith in him that he's just going to stay because they've got Champions League football, because they're building something. He's just going to stay. And it's like, and he's took his eye off the ball. And that's why we've got somebody like Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards in the room now, who are cold, hard killers, who don't let emotions, deal with stuff. They deal with the reality of the situation, and they're not messing about. And then they've taken advantage of the situation with Isak and say, right, okay, we can double your money and we can we can put you in a position to win titles right now. And I think, I think Newcastle thought, oh yeah, we'll go and get Ekitike because, we can have this dream and stuff. And it's like, that was never going to happen because he was our number 1 target. Now it's clear to see he was our target right from the beginning of the summer. As soon as Newcastle went for him, we were like, right, okay, it's obviously time to get him now because we don't want them to sneak in. We'll get him. But when the opportunity for Isak to come as well, because he's not signed this new deal and because the doors opened up and he had his head turned, we're like, right, okay, we can do both. And that's what we've done. We've taken advantage of the situation, and now it looks like we've put ourselves in a perfect position to be able to get him as well, which is just brilliant.
Going on to what you said about Eddie Howe, Ben, I'll be honest, I kind of feel sorry for him in a way because, look, Isak was promised a contract from the previous, sporting director, all that type of stuff. Now that sporting director's gone, he's having to pick up a lot of pieces from that club doing the sporting director's role. And when Isak, if Newcastle were clever, they should have offered him that contract last season. They didn't, and he was promised it. Years gone by. Now he's thinking, you promised me this last year. You didn't give me it. Yeah. And I want to move. And it's not on Eddie Howe. What though? He's not a sporting director. They should have, bought somebody else in to give him the help. They didn't, and now they're stuck in a position where they're missing out on so many other players, and they're missing out on their prized asset at the same time. And Liverpool, have, we didn't buy anyone last season, and the one thing that my takeaway from all this is, even though people like me absolutely berated him, thinking, look, we only need a midfielder. Go and buy a midfielder. This is what we need to go forward. At least bring in Zubimendi or bring in one. The noise that was coming out was Hughes and Edwards don't give a shit. They know what they're going to do, and they don't care about the noise. When they will only go into the market when they feel it's right. They waited for the right opportunity. They bought their time, gave it a year, sat down and said, okay, they're in a position now, because they're not stupid. They would have had people around them saying, look, this club can't go and spend 300 million next year. United can't go and spend 500 million. City can't do this. This club can't do that. We can. So let's wait, give it a year, and then that will be the year that we go all out blitz. And what's happened is, we won a title in between.
Yeah, it's a simple analogy, isn't it? Whereas, like, you get given a bucket of money, and it's like, right, we've got this bucket of money to spend, and you're like, oh, I want to buy that, and then you go to something that you really want to buy it, and it's out of stock, and you're like, oh, damn, I'm really gutted now, I can't get that. So I know what I'll do. I'll go and buy that instead. I don't really want it, but I've got this money to spend, so I've got to go and get it. And we won't do that. Now, if we couldn't have got Isak now this summer for 120 million, that we're not spending that 120 million on another player just for the sake of it, because that won't be the plan, and that person might not be exactly available. They'll say, right, we'll put that 120 away, and we'll use it on Wharton or Branthwaite next summer or something like that, and they'll pivot to another target that they really want, rather than just like, oh my word, we've got to spend it, because if we don't spend it, we're going to fall behind. We've got real top strategic people in charge now who are thinking with the heads and not with the emotions, and it just gives you a lot of confidence to say, we may miss out on targets, but that's okay, because the bigger picture makes a lot more sense. And this year it's absolutely come to fruition.
Aki Sperato, for rival fans, they must be
Oh, they've already been on the phone to me today. There's a lad in the chat. He's my cousin. He's called Bobby. He supports Arsenal. When Arsenal were doing really rubbish for that year, he supported Man City. So that shows where his loyalties are. But he already messaged me this morning, sending me the Isak bomber stuff, and I knew he was, quivering in his boots, thinking, "Oh no, here we go. We're going to be a bridesmaid again for the 4th season in a row." But it is what it is. They're all quivering, they're all shaking. Even my barber was like saying to me today, "Oh, Isak, you're getting Isak." And I was just trying to be a bit.
What's your barber's for? What's your barber's for?
Chelsea.
Ooh, okay. I thought if you scum, I won't trust him.
No. He was like, "Oh wow, you're going for Isak." He was like, getting plaudits, and loads of lads I know who support other clubs, they can't believe it. They've either gone hiding into their caves, or they're just doing this little like, "Oh, Gyökeres will score more than him." Do you know what I mean? We've got it's all right. They're doing that thing, whatever it is.
Yeah.
They're just doing that, and I'm telling you now, they're shaking in their boots.
An Arsenal fan, Jake, messaged me today saying the season has ended. The season is over before it started. I need to spend a day, when we actually officially sign him, take the day off, and obviously revel in the whole content from Liverpool and the website. We'll then spend the rest of the day and watch all the rival fans. Oh my God. Like, you just imagine Florian Wirtz coming in the summer. We thought, okay, it's going to be just like bits and bobs now. But Alexander, you have to keep on pinching yourself. Like, what the fuck are we doing, Jake?
Asim, did you see the Saeed video? Sorry to interrupt. Have you seen the Saeed video?
No.
Oh, you should see that video. He's crying like, no, you can't let this happen. They can't believe it. But sorry, carry on, Jake. Sorry.
I mean, part of the beauty in all of this is watching these rival fans cry, whether they're United fans or Arsenal fans or Chelsea fans, Newcastle fans, of course. They're all upset. They're all angry. Watching their reactions is beautiful. But at the end of the day, it's not about them. This is about us. It's about enjoying this moment for our squad. The team that we're going to put together and put on this field just in a few weeks from now, the season starts. It just brings joy to my face. I can't stop smiling because I know how good this football team is going to be moving forward with this manager. I've heard it from, I think, an Arsenal fan. I heard it from, I don't remember who the other one was. It might have been a Chelsea fan. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a Chelsea fan talking about we're a similar situation now to what PSG was with Neymar, Messi, and Suarez, or Real Madrid last year, where we're just throwing a bunch of Galacticos together and it's not going to work. And that can't be the further thing from the truth, if you ask me. I mean, what
100%.
Slot in this management team is putting together, in my opinion, 100% is going to work. And I talked to you guys yesterday about it, and I don't want to bring it up again about how Ekitike fits into this team, but I want to just throw one stat in there. It's a little bit of a confusing stat, and I'm not huge into advanced data analytics, but Ekitike, from a straight-on perspective, if you're facing goal just straight on, he's not a very good striker. Alexander Isak is the best striker in the world straight on against goal. When you move Ekitike and you bring him in from the wing, whether it's the left wing or even the right wing, at a specific angle, and he shoots, he's now the second best forward in Europe, right behind, I want to say it was Kylian Mbappe. So when he's cutting in from the left side or the right side, he goes from not very good when he's head on to goal, and he becomes the second best forward in all of Europe. Not just, winger or not just attacker, all the best forward in all of Europe, he's the second best. Now, when you pair that with face to goal, the best in Europe is Alexander Isak. So you have the best facing goal and the second best cutting in from either wing. I don't know where Mohamed Salah ranks cutting in from the right. Obviously, he's probably pretty good at that. But Ekitike thrives cutting in from either wing. So, as I mentioned yesterday, my opinion hasn't changed. You're going to see both of these players playing together. The data nerds know what they're doing. This is going to work.
Wow. On a serious note, do you think there's, like, I know it sounds we're being absolute egotistical here now, though, but do you think there's a pressure to say, like, is it a failure if we don't win the league?
Of course.
100% it's a failure if we don't win the league this year.
Yeah. Ben, the champions go into a season spending £400 million. okay, it's not a failure if you win the Champions League.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
of course
you
not.
don't win the title, but you win the Champions League, it's definitely not a failure. But if you don't win the top two,
One of the big two.
yeah, especially when you're champions and you spend 400 million and don't deliver the title, that is a failure in my eyes, because that's what we should be attaining for. We should be going for that trophy. Right now, everybody will tell you Liverpool are favourites to retain that title. Every single one of us will say that we're confident that we're going to win that title. So if we don't win it, it's a failure.
Yeah, and the thing that makes me confident is very similar to what Jake said, is that obviously we are bringing in new players and it's potentially 5 starters, which is huge change if you think about it. But the thing that gives me such confidence is the ethos and the mechanics in the dressing room, and the leadership is just, is incredible. You can already see the chemistry within the group. Virgil saying today in a little interview, I think it was with the Anfield Wrap, where it's like, my job is to integrate these players. And he doesn't have to say that, but it's like, he's not just there to be the best centre-back in the world. He's there to build that off the pitch chemistry as well, which is so important, because there's so many other teams who've got brilliant players, but they don't show it on the pitch, because as soon as the chips are down, they're getting beat or whatever, or they lose 2 games in a row, they don't, they can't come back. I just think we just don't have that. We've just got this mentality, really, where we are winners. And Van Dijk and Salah especially, they know that the countdown is on for them, unfortunately. So they're not going to mess around and think, all right, we've won the league now, we'll just go through the motions. They want to do it all. And that's, that's only bodes well. So I agree. I think it is different, the pressure. I don't think we've ever started a Premier League season as favourites off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So it is a different sort of angle, but at the
They'll
same
stop
time,
taking bets now, Ben.
Yeah, we're overwhelming favourites. It's not even funny. I think we were favourites without Isak, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
With him, we're just like, fair play, but we still got to do it, because we've got a tricky start. I tell you now, Newcastle, that second game of the season, they will be out for blood. That will be an unbelievable difficult game.
No, he's not going to play. He's not going to play in that fixture, because you guys have got a game clause.
We got the clause.
Whatever that is. He's not playing in that game, boys.
Arne Slot is
what,
join the elusive list of Pep Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, and Sir Alex Ferguson in retaining a title. I'm telling you, that's what he's going to do. Only them 3 have ever retained the title, if I'm right. I don't know if there's a 4th manager, but I'm sure it's just them 3 who have retained the Premier League title. I'm telling you, Arne Slot's going to do the same.
Yeah, I agree as well. But it'd
be
interesting.
really
How funny would it be, though, if he took the ultimate piss and left Isak on the bench against Newcastle and played TK instead?
And beat him.
He might not be fit. He might still be recovering from his thigh strain.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure he will be.
Let's go to some things to do. I think we've done them. Redgars, Zach, Stevie, LFC signing stars. Finally, LFC shopping at Marks and Spencer's, 100%. We're shopping at Harrods, Zach. Forget Marks and Spencer's, mate. We're at Harrods right now. And thank you so much for your super chat. Red, Gaz, hi guys, brilliant content. Can you add me to the WhatsApp Ultras group? Please, you never walk alone. Guys, just send me a message on Twitter and I'll send you the link, mate. Mehmet Alibas, thank you so much for becoming a BNR member, brother. Thank you so much. Again, just message me. And if you guys aren't on Twitter, then how can we send them a link, Gene? Whatever.
I'm going to have to send an email to BNR, Asim.
What's our email address?
Just
get it out there.
Waxy to put it up. I think it's bornandred@gmail.com. That's what it is. But I think you still missed that super chat, Asim, right at the top, that Muki one. I think he put 2 up earlier. Did you do this one?
Muki.
I
did Muki.
Got all this work.
No, Muki sent another one.
And you still haven't done admin work.
You know what, admin? Talking of admins, we didn't mention Junior, my brother.
Oh, yeah, Adnan Tadic.
How could I forget all the work that he does?
He doesn't do anything, man.
No. Look, what does he
do?
My brother, man. My brother. We can never forget him. He's part of us.
I'm joking.
check your phone now. A lot of abuse now is coming your way. Okay, Newcastle should buy Sesko fast. How we moving lately? We might buy Isak along with Sesko. Yeah, the same thing that we did. Look, give us fucking Isak, and if we don't give us Isak, we're buying your replacement and go again.
We're going to be playing with the full team of strikers, even in net.
Even in FIFA, I can't buy all those players. What is this? 100%.
It's a madness.
I feel like the next domino will be Diaz now. I think that buying offer is going to come this weekend.
Yeah.
And then that's just another piece of the puzzle that falls into place.
Diaz is the one. Diaz is the one that they're waiting for, I think.
Yeah. Sounds like 75 million euros, which I think is 65 million pound, which sounds roughly about right.
As I said, on close to Saudi when he goes in a couple of years, that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Ali, catch a bit of the training today, Asim.
You know what? Josh messaged me saying, "Are you watching?" And I asked him what. He goes, "A live training." He sent me the link. Yes. I literally watched 4 or 5 minutes, and a lot of those 4 or 5 minutes, it was a lot about Milos Kerkez. And I put a tweet out, and honestly, do you watch? How long was it?
20 minutes.
Yeah,
half an hour.
I enjoyed it. You know,
wow, I'll have to watch it.
Good.
I'll have to watch it.
It was good. You know, you have to watch it.
Yeah, a decent game, I think, on Saturday because I think they're going to have the roof covered, so it'll be air conditioned, so it won't be like ridiculous. The pitch doesn't look fabulous, to be honest, but oh man,
it's very humid in Singapore. I said 3 years ago today, I was in Singapore, and I went, I think, just about a week after Liverpool had been, and I remember we'd signed Nunes then. And I'm telling you, the humidity there. I love my heat. I've been Saudi and Dubai when it's 50 degrees, but when you go Singapore, it looks like it's not warm outside, but when you walk out, the way the humidity hits you, it's like Mike Tyson's hit you with a right hook when you walk out. It's crazy, honestly. It's sideways. It's very humid there, honestly.
I can imagine.
Definitely that AC.
I have to put this up because Ali's paid $199 for it, but I don't like this sort of stuff, Ali. He says Asim is the real ITK. We know what? In a funny way, it's probably my biggest achievement whilst being on BNR that I've converted Avi's #1 fan to Asim's #1 fan now. But Ali, big up, man. I'm always talking to Ali on WhatsApp as well, and he's been one of the real ones who's been around in the building from day one. Thank you so much, Ali. But it's always nice to tease Avi as well. But I think that's it, boys. We've been going for 1 hour 10. And Asim not actually.
Where's Jeans Burner gone?
Huh?
Where's Jeans fan gone?
We've signed Alexander Isak. Mine was chilling now, innit? Mine was chilling. Mine's gonna come up when we lose.
The burner just like yours, Asim. Where's it gone?
Yeah, mine's,
I don't know who that was. I don't know
who that. Obviously, don't know ways.
Okay, call it a wrap. Let's call it a wrap, boys. Thank you so much for your time again. And I'm sure we'll be back. The story is not ending. This story keeps on developing. This roller coaster. When does this roller coaster end? Give me your predictions, boys. Like Alexander Isak is announced as a Liverpool player.
Oh, flipping heck. Let me get the
Can I go first?
Go on.
All right. I'll say next Thursday.
Next Thursday. When we're back.
Somebody in the chat said Adidas announcement August 1st. Isak announcement August 1st. I'm just going to go with that. August 1st works for me.
Friday as well.
Isak. I don't think it's going to be August 1st. Because I think they're going to launch the kits. Have they probably taken pictures in the kit already?
Yeah, they will.
Spero talk for Ekatike Wirtz and
Isak
and all these guys. They still haven't got their shirt numbers. I wonder what their shirt numbers are.
Ekatike hasn't really been announced. We've not seen an interview.
They haven't done interviews or nothing, have they? No.
Yeah, so I don't think. Yeah, go on, man.
Somebody said before, do you think we'll loan him to Newcastle? Oh dear me! There was a really interesting one. I was like, I don't know, I'm not quite old enough, but I think it was somebody. Was it Clive Allen? I think it was back in the 80s or something. He got bought by Newcastle, and then he got sold without even being playing a game. And someone said, "Oh, could we do that with Ekatike? We could buy him for 80 million, sell him for 100 the week after." to Newcastle. I was like, no, we're just acting like a big club and getting 2.
Yeah, exactly. And I
We
think we
need
need to
bodies,
sort
don't
some, we need bodies, and we need to sort some shirt numbers out as well, don't we?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So I
we need
think
to order some shirts. That's what I'm saying, Asim.
yeah, we could hear something tomorrow. You never know.
Gene, when do you think it gets done?
The Bill Bauer friendly's the 4th of August, isn't it? That double header. And they're going to want him to start playing a few games, to be honest. So I reckon it's going to be that weekend, maybe Sunday the 3rd.
We have to be careful though, Ben. With he's nursing an injury, so we have to look after him.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Bless him. Bit of rehab.
Okay, people, thank you so much. Like and subscribe on the way out, and become a BNR member if you're feeling generous. There's still nearly 1,000 people in the building. As ever, thank you so much again, and we'll be back. Gene, are you doing the Friday transfer daily tomorrow? If something breaks, that is always the slot left to talk about breaking news or bring in a special guest. I'm trying my best to bring you the biggest guests. Now, let me repeat that: the biggest guests in the journalistic world. So let's see what happens with that. And I'm gonna bring this up. 547 likes, Damien. I'm not happy with that. There's still nearly 900 people in the building. Please, just on the way out, just smash a like and get us up to 700 if that's not too much to ask for.
Hey, the transfer daily was great today, though, because it's normally pretty chilled. The transfer daily, just like, yeah, there's a bit of news here, and it comes on literally as it all kicks off, and Gene's head is gone, and he's just like, what's going on here? What's going on? This is nuts. So yeah, I think it's going to be one not to be missed over the next few days, because we're not going to be going more than a few hours without any big news on this deal, without a doubt. So yeah, don't miss nothing.
Stick around. Don't blink, because you could miss it. Take care. Good night.